If you think about how hard people work to get to 10% body fat, you don't even want to get started. But what if, just like me, you could go from 25% body fat to 10% body fat in the laziest way without even putting in that much effort? In fact, doing less than 99% of people in the gym and in the diet. And this video is going to show you exactly how you can get to 10% body fat in the laziest way possible. Let's get into it. What if there was this one thing that you could do? It literally takes about 5 seconds a day and it would move you closer. It would drop your body fat percentage just by doing this alone. It's called measuring your weight every day. It takes 5 seconds. You do it after you go to the bathroom, when you wake up, and boom, just by doing that alone, it will make you lose weight. Now, this one little trick is something that I've seen over and over with people that I coach. When we start the diet, I just say, okay, let's just start by measuring your weight every day. And like clockwork, when they start doing this, the weight starts to go down. Nothing else changed. We didn't go over anything else, but their weight starts to go down. Once you start tracking it, it's almost like not just consciously, but subconsciously, you bring your awareness to that field, and a lot of the activities align to kind of move you towards the direction you want it to go, because your brain is getting reminded each morning, this is what's up, this is what I want it to go, this is what's happening. And as you go about your life, not even thinking about it, you make little tweaks, little decisions that move you closer to that goal. Call it manifesting, call it whatever the hell you want, but just doing this one thing every morning is going to give you so much of a head start than everyone else. Next, in order to drop your body fat percentage, you not only need to lose weight, you need to actually build muscle. That's the thing that's going to change the percentage in your bodily makeup. And you do that by lifting moderate to heavy weights 2 to 3 times a week. Most people that want to get to 10% body fat, they think, oh my God, it's that really chiseled look. I need to probably do tons of cardio, probably go do really boring, complicated workouts in the gym. No, you just go 2 to 3 times a week and lift moderate to heavy weights, meaning you can only do like 4 to 10 reps of them. And that's all you do. That's all I do in a week. Which exercises do I do? There's a ton of videos where I go into that, compound exercises like incline bench press, Bulgarian split squats, Romanian deadlifts, chest supported rows. There are a lot of key exercises that you do want to get good at. If you want to know into exactly which exercises, watch some of my training videos, but that's really all it takes. You don't need to go on these crazy runs, do crazy ab workout crunches, ab wheels, little Russian twists, and all these weird ab crunch exercises. All you got to do is train 2 to 3 times a week with moderate to heavy weights. Next, stop busying yourself to get to that 10% body fat. It's like a hot girl that you're chasing. The more you chase her, the more she's gonna run away. A 6-pack, the 10% body fat is almost the same way. The more you obsess about it, trying to get there quickly, it's needy and it will run away. You wanna go for your 10% body fat slow, because otherwise you may even touch it once and then you'll never see it again. It will bounce back. So what you want to do is aim for losing 1 kilogram per month. That's like 2.2 pounds per month. Most people come and they start saying, oh my God, I lost 5 pounds, I lost 15 pounds this month, I lost 20, 30 pounds, and they're very proud of it. But every time I hear this, on the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, there's now an added risk that you're not going to be able to keep that weight loss and it's going to bounce back. And a lot of the time, if people don't listen to that advice, they bounce back. I've seen it again, time and time again, with my coaching clients. So what I tell these guys in my program is, it's very good at the beginning. It's actually very, very normal that you lose weight quickly, but beware. Don't try to go at the speed. Relax, go slow, be a bit lazier, and just do the right things in a calm way. When everybody's going on runs, going crazy in the gym, you just chillax, let it simmer. Lose weight slowly. I'm the only guy in this whole space who's telling you to lose weight slowly, probably, but that's the only way you're going to keep it. And by the way, if you're wondering, what is this amazing coaching program where you get to speak with me directly? I'm guiding you through not just the diet side, but the mindset surrounding the diet and the training. And it's geared towards people that are working professionals that have stuff going on. You can't spend hours just in the gym calculating protein, calculating calories. I just simplify everything for you so you can almost do it in the easiest, laziest way. If you want to know what that is and join the coaching program, then you can apply for it below as well. Next, now if you've been watching my channel, you know how important it is to eat at a moderate calorie deficit. That's 300 to 400 calories below your maintenance, which is essentially what's going to allow you to drop fat in the first place. Now, in order to know that you're eating at a deficit, you need to calculate your calories for a little bit. You don't need to do it every day, but it's very good to know your calories so that you know roughly each time you eat that you're in a deficit. The thing that's made this so easy is just having AI on your side. So you have AI apps, even ChatGPT, but there's other apps that are dedicated to do this, that's gonna help you calculate calories and the protein of the foods that you're eating. And you can even just take a photo and give it prompts, like let's say it was a super oily piece of chicken, or you think there's a lot of butter that's gotten into it. You can give it those prompts and it's gonna adjust its calculation for you. So it's doing all of these thinking that would make it very difficult for you to take these crucial actions. It's doing it for you. That's what AI is for. So if you're a lazy guy that doesn't want to like weigh the food, calculate every little gram, think about exactly which ingredients went into this Korean kimchi jjigae, you can just take a photo, send it in, and get the feedback for it. Honestly speaking, I don't do this because I've done the manual calorie calculation so long. I have a very good sense of what I'm eating now, but I know a lot of clients that are using that right now to great success. So if you're just a lazy guy, leverage these tools for sure. Next is of course to get a protein shake. Now the reason this is so effective is, as I worked with a lot of working professionals that are busy in their job, it's very difficult for them to come home and think about, I need to get 50 grams of protein from this, I need to get 60 grams, and how much protein did I have in a day? Again, just like calories, it's just added stress. When you've had a busy day, you just want to relax and chill. Now that's the whole point of a protein shake. You don't actually have to think so much about how much protein you're getting because you have the shake that's going to immediately add 20 to 40 grams of protein to your meal. So even if you have a lunch that is relatively like normal, that doesn't have a lot of protein, because normal meals for normal people doesn't have that much protein, you just have a protein shake, immediately it becomes a medium to high protein meal. You do that twice in a day, you've almost gone up to 80, 90 grams of protein, or above 100, which is good enough for most people. So this is a very good way, again, to take that edge off when it comes to the complications regarding calculations and hitting the protein numbers. But also, protein is very satiating, which means you can use protein shakes to ride hunger waves when you feel a craving coming on. And you can use protein shakes to literally substitute certain meals even when you're trying to get lean. So if you don't want to cook and clean and calculate, just leverage protein shakes and have like 2 a day. It's very effective, and it's one of those things, along with creatine, that's actually been shown to be not that harmful. Next, if you are a busy person, you don't have time to think, what am I gonna eat? How am I gonna cook it? What ingredients do I need? What was the cooking recipe? Let me clean it, let me cook it. Oh my God, it just makes me tired even thinking about it. And this is coming from somebody that actually loves cooking. I had a period in my life where I would just like look up recipes, watch cooking videos and cook, and I value that skill so much, and I think it's actually a very underrated skill. Having said that, when I have a business that I'm running, a content business, online coaching, like in-person coaching, and all kinds of content creation and editing and team building, like there's a lot of stuff going on in my life. The last thing that I need is to think every day about what is lunch, what is dinner, what is the recipe, how am I gonna clean it, who's gonna make it, who am I gonna... It's just too much. Okay, so what do? I have literally just restaurants that I go to for lunch. I rotate between 5 and I just spam them. I just repeat and rotate. When I'm eating at home, I just spam the same stuff. Steaks that I get from the same place, chicken breast that comes ordered frozen, loads of eggs, certain dishes that repeat. This is what you want to do. This is the laziest way. You don't think about what to eat, how to eat. You're just eating the same stuff. Make it delicious. Make it nutritious, make it high protein if you can, make sure you love it, and make sure it's simple to make, because that is what a lazy guy can stick to and actually make work. Next, it's to visualize 30 seconds a day. I've started doing this and it's absolutely game changing. Now, I don't actually do this for my body fat because I'm pretty happy with where I am in terms of my leanness. I'm probably about 13-14% body fat right now, and I dip down to like 10 during the summer. That's probably what you should do as well. What I do is I visualize my ideal life, and I've been doing it in a way where I said, how, as a lazy guy, how can I stay consistent with this? Again, with my busy life, with dozens of things going on every day, how do I make sure I visualize every day to manifest my dream reality? And I said, okay, if I just say it's going to be 30 seconds, then I can do that. And what you do is you create a list of things that you want to hit in your life. It could be things you want to buy. It could be experiences you want to have. It could be people you want to give back to. It could be just how you look. In this case, what we're talking about, how you look and how you move and how you feel, how clothes fit. Write that down, but write it down in a way where you act, as you read it, you're like, yeah, like you feel good. Don't show it to anybody, because then you're gonna think like, I need to write it in a way that if it's shown, it looks cool. Like, you don't want none of that. Just write it just a way, if you read it, you're like, fuck yeah, I like that. And when you take those 30 seconds, as you're reading it, just feel that you've already got it. You can taste it, you can grab it, it's already you, and just like smile, have a cheeky smile on your face that if somebody saw from the outside, they'd be like, this guy's a little bit crazy. Like, why is he just smiling at himself? That's how it should feel as you read it. And this is super powerful in, again, aligning your subconscious to that goal. Next, instead of doing all the cardio and all the heart pumping exercises, what do? You just walk 30 minutes a day. I'm not even going to say 10,000 steps, because a lot of people see that number and they're like, oh my God, how can I do 10K steps? I don't even know what steps I'm getting. Let me just break it down to you right now. If you were to walk 10,000 steps in a row, that would be about 1 hour and 40 minutes. Now, if I just said to you, do 1 hour and 45 minutes in a row of walking, you'd be like, oh my God, that sounds so boring. How can I do that? So we don't want to create that friction. Remember, we want to start small. So what do? You just walk 30 minutes a day. That's better than going on runs and sweating, where in the winter you don't want to run, when it's raining you don't want to run. Walking you can do even in the rain, even when it's cold, and it's less taxing on your mind and your body, so it's easier to stay consistent with it, and it's very easy to embed in your life. When you're walking, you can listen to podcasts, you can talk to your friend, you can even do work, you can brainstorm ideas better. For most people, the laziest way to get lean, to get closer to that 10% body fat, is to just walk. Now, it's very hard for you to actually get your steps up to 10K steps a day unless you have a designated time in the calendar for you to walk. This is why at 6 p.m. every day during the winter times, I have an hour that is dedicated to just walking. I shut my work down and I go on a walk and I think about stuff. This is very good for your mental health, your creativity, your relaxation, your sleep as well. And of course, it's gonna get you closer to that 10% body fat. Next is to sleep 8+ hours a day. Now, if you're a lazy guy, 8 hours is that sweet spot where I feel replenished, I feel good. And of course, why does it help you get to 10% body fat? Because when you sleep, your fat mobilization goes up. When you sleep, your muscle repairs and grows, your growth hormone, your testosterone goes up as you sleep. So getting good sleep is actually the one thing that moves everything up. Mood, motivation, fat loss, muscle gains, dopamine, your skin, your libido, testosterone, everything goes up when you sleep well. So I'm sleeping 8 hours. Also, it's the easiest thing to do. It's the laziest thing to do. Next, just relax and wait. Don't start going on runs and doing ab exercises when you think you're close to 10% body fat. When you're kind of there and you're like, I just got that last bit of belly fat to lose. I can remember 2 guys who came to me and they'd be like, yeah, like I've just done a lot of things and I've gotten a lot of fat loss and I feel like I'm really there, but I just got this fat right there on my belly. What do I do? Can I throw in a few extra ab exercises? Do you think if I did, a little bit of like extra cardio? Almost always this backfires. When you do this, you'll trigger the hunger response and you'll eat more. You're tipping things out of your balance. Just understand that there's nothing you can do that's going to specifically reduce fat from your belly. So when you're at that 12%, 13% body fat, you probably have that little bit of waist fat. There's nothing you can do to get rid of that fat alone, except lose fat overall. So understand that last little bit is always the slowest, it's always the hardest, but all you gotta do, just be chill, as Robert De Niro says.
You gotta be chill. You gotta just take what's good in your life and move forward cautiously and carefully.
Be that guy who's almost lazy, really chill, and just doing the right things over and over, and not so obsessing and chasing that illusory number of 10% body fat, which, by the way, who cares as long as you have a six-pack that's lean, that looks good. You won't go around with a DEXA scan sheet saying, hey, look, everybody, I got 10% body fat. Nobody cares. We just want you to look healthy, get lean, look good, have breathing six-pack level, as I call it. And if you have that, then you won't care about that number. So don't obsess over it. Just relax and wait for it. And if you appreciate this kind of long-term sustainable mindset around training, around diet, and having a healthy relationship to fitness, but also to food, a system that really is designed for people that are busy, that have other things going on in life, that just can't spend 2 hours in the gym every time thinking about proteins and calories, using all this complex gym bro jargon, and you want to do that entire system with me guiding you every step of the way, then you can hit the link below, apply to join my private coaching program where I work with few of you really close to get you to your ideal physique. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, send it to a lazy friend who needs to drop his body fat, and that's it for today. See you next week.